Welcome to our new channel where we show you some of the creepiest videos that we could find on the internet. If you enjoy these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's not waste any more time and get straight into it.
Did you know that you are the only living person on Earth right now, and everyone else is just a product of your imagination? Listen carefully, you'll be shocked. There's a theory where you are actually the only living person right now, the only consciousness that truly exists. It's called the egg theory. Your family, your friends, the strangers you pass on the street, all of them exist because your mind doesn't want to feel alone. But here's the eerie part of this theory. Since you are the sole true consciousness, you will live every possible life that has ever existed and will ever exist. You will be reincarnated and born billions and billions of times until you have lived every individual's life. And then you can hatch this egg and become a god. The entire universe was created as an egg for the main character, which is you. And once you have lived every human life ever, you will be born as a god. Every time you hurt someone, you are hurting yourself. It may sound horrific, but you wouldn't know if you've already lived billions of lives. You've probably already lived over 1 billion, and you just don't remember. You probably lived your mother's life, your cousins, the stranger across the street. In reality, you are me and I am you. So every single person you know and will ever know was you.
So that's not necessarily a theory that I believe in. Like they said, it would be pretty horrific to be that alone. I'd like to know how they came up with this theory. Some people live some pretty tragic lives, so that would definitely suck to have to live everybody's life all by yourself.
I eat children.
What?
How old are you?
They joking about this. They joke about this.
Oh, okay.
Hollywood.
Only to 10.
They joke about this.
Children and pineapple.
That's weird. I mean, with all the conspiracy theories, about celebrities like drinking blood, yikes. And for him to just openly joke about it, I wonder what that kid was thinking.
The darkest conspiracy theories. The advanced ancient civilization. This theory says that at the time of the Egyptians, the civilization was far more advanced than it is now. And this is also how the pyramids could be explained. Because why are the pyramids in the exact same order as the stars in the Orion's belt? And what is more interesting, why is the speed of light and the altitude of the pyramids the exact same number? So many apparent coincidences, and they don't stop there. Because look at the motherboard of a modern computer and compare this to the lineup of the pyramids. Do you see a certain pattern here? Or is it just another made-up theory?
I do see a pattern, and I don't think that it's coincidence. The speed of light is found within the pyramids measurements. We were a lot more developed consciously back then. It's truly amazing to me, and that's one of on my bucket list to go see the pyramids in my lifetime.
You know the Mars theory?
That there's aliens on Mars?
Nah, there's a theory that Mars was the original planet that humans were from.
Okay.
Then something happened that we all had to fly to another planet and live on. There used to be civilization that lived on Mars. Now bag this. On Mars, there's an element on the periodic table called xenon. Xenon on Earth is only found, this is crazy, is only found after a nuclear explosion.
No.
Oh shit, that's not even the super mode button.
I said no. What the hell?
And it goes hand in hand now. What if on Mars there was a nuclear warfare, destroyed the whole planet, but people were able to escape just in time, landed on Earth, and they had to restart from nothing.
So we are the aliens.
We're the aliens.
What the hell? Yeah.
It's real shit. This element's called xenon. It's prominent after a nuclear explosion.
That's the first time that I've heard of xenon, but it's not the first time that I've heard of that theory, that we were developed civilization on Mars, something catastrophic happened, and then we had to leave, so we came to Earth. I think that, there is life on multiple planets within the solar system. either they know that and aren't telling us, or I don't know, but there definitely used to be life on Mars. There could still be life on Mars. Maybe they're like underground, like that place in Turkey where they just built a bunch of tunnels underground. Like they're waiting for it to be safe enough again to come out. Definitely.
It's stunning to monitor the media's lack of interest in the whole Maui story. I've been in this business for 30 years. I'm stunned, but I'm not surprised. The incident seems to be the story here, right? But the true story, the media knows it is not allowed to tell. Is it a coincidence that the Maui police chief is the same man who was in charge in Las Vegas during that massacre that killed 58 people? Is it a coincidence that the Maui property, owned by million and billionaires, it wasn't touched by the flames while homes of the locals all burned?
What she fails to also mention is how the media hasn't even once interviewed a grieving parent. Not a single parent looking for their children. Not a single interview with a child. Not a single inner schools.
Was it a coincidence that the largest system of outdoor emergency sirens in the world never made a sound as the fire devoured Lahaina? Was it a coincidence that at the same time, very same time, all the water was turned off? Was it a coincidence that police were ordered to block off streets and to funnel all the cars trying to escape? Think about this coincidence. That governor also signed an emergency proclamation on July 17th, 3 weeks before the fire, about housing of all things. Is it a coincidence that the government put up a black fence around Lahaina, or that the FAA grounded all drones from flying over the affected areas? Is it a coincidence that since at least 2011 there have been plans to make Maui the first smart city run by 100% renewable energy? And that it must be a coincidence then that the locals whose homes did not burn are now being evicted from their property. And of course, a total coincidence that all the fact checkers who are checking these facts, who say everything I just told you is just a coincidence, are also owned and run by BlackRock.
Yeah, so she definitely put a lot on the line, career-wise, life-wise, just bringing up, BlackRock and all of that. But, when this happened, which is, been about 2 months now, there's so much that went wrong. Like, none of these people should have died. Conspiracy, whether it be directed weapon or not, like, my biggest thing is, like they said, where's all the grieving parents? Where did these kids go? It's just the biggest mystery. And now all of a sudden, nothing. You don't hear or see anything about it. There's hasn't been updates in our YouTube feed. Nothing. Where did the kids go?
Una gatita que le gusta el mambo con todos los malos sale a bellaquear. Una gatita que le gusta el mambo con todos los malos sale a vacilar.
Okay, so she obviously doesn't understand how mirrors are made. There's a chunk of glass with a reflective coating on the back. So there's going to be space between your finger and that reflective coating. But good job noticing things.
All right, someone explain this to me. You see these two rainbows here, all right, which are coming from the reflection of this corner and this corner of the glass. Just like this one is here as well, coming from that corner, as well as this one coming from that corner. So when we see a rainbow outside in the sky, shaped like this, where is that coming from? The only explanation would be if we were to have some form of rounded glass structure above us. If you've never heard of the firmament, look up the firmament and research and educate yourself. I'm not saying the earth is flat, but it's not a globe.
Well, I'm not saying the Earth's a globe, but it's not flat. Actually, anything is possible. The majority of us have not had the opportunity to go up in space and view the world ourselves. So anything's possible, man. And more I'm starting to believe, that we live in a simulation and somebody's just playing a game. And when we die, we wake up in another world. So who's to say what's flat, what's round? We don't really know. None of us know until we see it ourselves.
Just for all those people who don't believe it, this is the actual photo. Look, 96, that's my Uncle Javier in Mexico with Pac. Here's Death Row.
So I don't know exactly what date Tupac was murdered, but that's pretty crazy. Like, if that's accurate and that's true, like, I don't know, maybe there's an island somewhere where all of the celebrities that have died, like Elvis and Tupac and Michael Jackson, maybe they're all just hanging out there. Could be.
Ever wondered what was Andy's mom's real name? Notice how Andy was always wearing a red Cowboys hat instead of a brown one like Woody's. And remember who else wore a red Cowboys hat in the show? Jesse's former owner, Emily. And also when Emily got rid of Jesse, the hat wasn't in the box. Could it be that Emily was actually Andy's mom, all grown?
So somebody put a lot of thought into that, but it's interesting. Maybe we should write Pixar and tell them that we want to know.
People can actually watch this footage and believe it's real.
Houston, we've had a problem. Main B, bus undervolt. Roger, main B undervolt. Stand by, 13, we're looking at it.
So tell me, everybody, why haven't we been back?
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Now, I want you to think about the absolute crazy amount of progression there has been in the last 50 years with technology. It's a painful process to build this again. Is that foil? Let's not forget the phone call transmitted from the moon to the president.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly...
That's the most telling part to me, because you can't even put film through certain scanners at the airport without destroying it. But you could transmit all the way from the moon to the Earth through the Van Allen radiation belt. But I know people actually believe we didn't go to the moon.
My grandpa is one of those believers. He doesn't think we went to the moon. I think we did, man. We have the technology. Look at everything that Elon Musk is doing with SpaceX and his rockets. But like I said earlier, how do we know until we do it ourselves? How do we have actual proof? The astronauts do look awfully funny, the way they move around on the moon. But I've never been anywhere that didn't have gravity, so how do I know? Alright.
So this is my observation about the whole Britney Spears thing, and it is her teeth have changed over the years. People are all saying maybe she's a clone, maybe it's not really her, and I kind of get that, and I'm wondering what you think about her teeth, starting like right here. These are all screen grabs from her recent videos. That's why they look a little funny, but let me know what you think in the comments. Is it Britney? Is it someone else? Did her teeth change? I don't know.
She has changed a lot over the years, but I mean, it's been like what? I'm 36, and I think I was like 13, so 23 years. And stress can do a lot to a person. She has been through a lot. I mean, imagine being a millionaire and not having control of any of your money, or just anything, you know. She's been in the spotlight since she was a child. So stress does that to your teeth. Aging, I don't want to accuse her of anything, but substance abuse, that can happen to your teeth too, you know. Not everybody's perfect.
You think the trash cans are a conspiracy trying to convince me that my empty apartment complex is actually populated? I mean, this unit must have someone in it. They've put a decoration on their door. Look how festive their wreath is. Beware of black cat. Totally normal to have Halloween decorations up. But I'm sure someone lives there. They go in and out that door every single day and they just never notice to take down that decoration. No one lives here. I think they put it up because it's on the hallway where people walk in and out of the building and when they give tours or I don't know. I mean, the locks on the doors still have the plastic on them. Also, it's not just that door. They all still have the plastic.
I would like some background information on this. Because that would be really weird to be the only person living in your apartment complex. Like, what's going on? What kind of weird ass shit is happening here?
Well, of course, if you want to wait and see if a side effect shows up, that takes 2 years. So
It's been about 2 years.
My cat broke my blinds months ago. Ever since, I've been getting a feeling someone might peek through it. Today, I remodeled and cleaned my room. But then I noticed this.
That would freak me out. Like, I have small children, so there's always handprints on everything. But, wow. Yeah. I would set a camera up outside my house just to make sure that there are no peeping Toms.
Whenever it's a full moon, people become crazy. They have said this for centuries. It was only the scientists that caught up about 50 to 75 years ago that figured out the human body is 70% water and the moon pulls on us too, just like it pulls on the tides. So people become crazy under full moons. That's why they call it lunatics.
I never put 2 and 2 together. Luna, moon, Luna, tick. Everybody gets crazy around a full moon. If you work in the medical field, you'll know that's true. It's interesting.
Nickelodeon, the word itself, you know what it actually means? Baghdad. What the f does Nickelodeon mean? That's what it means in Latin. No, it's so no. Okay. Nickelodeon in Latin, translated to English, Nickelodeon means I don't care about God. No.
Dude's energy is too much for me sometimes, but I grew up on Nickelodeon. What was his name? Stickley or something. I used to watch him on after school. But yeah, when we start like breaking all this stuff down, like, is that really what they meant for it to mean? I don't know. Guess we'll have to write them too and ask them. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to get more of our creepy content. Catch you guys next time.